Hello everyone. Today is the second day of English grammar. Hope you have seen my video regarding parts of sentences. What is a sentence and kinds of a sentence. As I told you, today we are going to study what is a subject and a predicate. तो जैसे कि पूरा एक सेंटेंस होता है, मैं वहां पर डांस करने के लिए गई थी. कौन गई थी? मैं. क्या करने के लिए गई थी? डांस करने के लिए. तो कौन गई थी एक पार्ट ऑफ अ सेंटेंस. क्या करने के लिए गई थी? डांस करने के लिए गई थी, अनदर पार्ट ऑफ अ सेंटेंस. तो ये सारे सेंटेंस को दो पार्ट में डिवाइड किया जाता है. He is going to the market. Example. Who is going to the market? He. तो ये सब्जेक्ट है, इसके बारे में बोल रहे. We are saying about he. What is he doing? He is going to the market. What is he doing? He is going to the market. तो he के बारे में प्रेडिकेट हम क्या कर रहे हैं, क्या बोल रहे हैं उसके बारे में? उसके बारे में ये बोल रहे हैं कि वो मार्केट जा रहा है. ओके. सो लाइक एंड जिसके सब्जेक्ट के बारे में जो बोला जाता है, वो सब्जेक्ट क्या कर रहा है उसके बारे में जो बोला जाता है उसको बोलते हैं प्रेडिकेट. प्रेडिकेट करना कि वो पर्सन या थिंग क्या कर रहा है. द डॉग इज बाइटिंग. द डॉग सब्जेक्ट इज बाइटिंग, प्रेडिकेट. सब्जेक्ट द डॉग. किसने बाइट किया? डॉग ने बाइट किया. सब्जेक्ट क्या किया? डॉग ने बाइट किया, प्रेडिकेट. वी आर प्रेडिकेटिंग अबाउट द डॉग. So in this way, a complete sentence is being divided into two parts, that is a subject and a predicate. Coming to the definition, you can note down the definition here. That is, what is a subject? The part of a sentence which names the person or a thing we are speaking about. किसके बारे में? Of whom we are talking about. Okay. Then predicate, the part of a sentence which tells something about that subject. Something about the subject. So here I have given you some examples. I hope you will get the clarification for that. Here, the boy was running fast. Who was running fast? कौन भाग रहा था? The boy. This part will become a subject. What was he doing? He was running fast. So this part will become a predicate. Okay. In this way, the sentence is being divided. Another sentence. He has a good memory. Who has a good memory? Who is a subject here? किसके बारे में हम बोल रहे हैं? यार लगे ना ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. I am speaking in Kannada just because I am staying in Karnataka and I thought that regional language is very, very important. And I love Kannada also. He has a good memory. Who has a good memory? He. तो subject यहाँ पे, ये subject यहाँ पर पढ़ते हैं he, ಅವನು. So subject will be he and predicate will be about him. What he is having? He is having a good memory. The earth revolves around the sun. What revolves around the sun? What? A question. You have to put the question to that sentence. At that time you can divide the sentence very easily. What revolves around the sun? The earth revolves around the earth. What does it do? It revolves around the sun. Subject, predicate. The early bird catches the worm. Who catches the worm? The early bird. The early bird catches. That is the subject. What does it do? It catches the worm. In this way, the sentence is being divided. Now, few more clues are there where we need to know about the subject and predicate. That is, a subject of a sentence usually comes first, but occasionally it is put after the predicate. Like हमेशा सब्जेक्ट आपने यहाँ पे देखा कि सब्जेक्ट पहले आ रहा है, सब्जेक्ट ಮೊದಲು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. We are talking it later. We are talking about the subject later. The part of the sentence has come later. Sometimes the predication will come first and the subject will come at the end of the sentence. That is, here some examples are given. Here comes the train. What comes? Train. What comes? We are talking about train. So train will become the subject. What is we are talking about the train? That it has come. What has come? Train has come. So this part of the sentence will become a predicate. We are predicating about the train that it has come. Next, bitter are the words of Radha. किसके words यहाँ पे कड़वे हैं? यार words ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಹಿ ಇದೆ, ರಾಧನ್ words ಕಹಿ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಯಾರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ನಾವು? ರಾಧನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. We are talking about Radha. That means Radha will be a subject and bitter are the words will become a predicate. Occasionally we can see that the subject will come at the end of the sentence. Another clue is imperative sentences doesn't have subject. As I have told you in kinds of sentence, there is one kind of a sentence that is called as imperative sentence, like request or command. Shut up, please come inside, get out, get lost. तो ऐसे sentences को हम imperative sentence बोलते हैं. इसके अंदर subject present नहीं होता, इल्ली subject इरोदे इल्ला, but we have to consider the subject. For example, you can see here, sit down. There is a predication. We are saying something to whom? We don't know. So, such type of sentences where subject will not be present. Shut up. To whom? We have not read. Thank you. To whom? We have not. Come on. Get out. So, these type of like imperative sentences, whatever it is, there will be no subject present in that kind of short sentences. So this was about subject and predicate, the two part of sentence what we have divided. And next we'll talk about a phrase and a clause. What is this phrase and a clause? Actually, phrase and a clause I have to teach you after teaching the parts of sentences. But here just important points I will say you, and in detail like adverbial clause, adjectival clause and all I will just teach you after the parts of speech. And there is a lengthy process regarding phrase and a clause which is very important for you, and for 10th standard it comes for the exam also. Now here, what is a phrase? A group of words in a sentence which makes sense but not complete sense. कुछ ऐसे सेंटेंस वर्ड में एक सेंटेंस होता है, उसमें कुछ वर्ड्स ऐसे आ जाते हैं, उससे कुछ मालूम होता है, but we don't but those group of words doesn't give a complete sense. For example, the boy ran as fast as a deer. Now here, this part of the sentence is called as a phrase. Phrase का मतलब यहाँ पे आप इतना ही पढ़ो आप. You just read only this part of the sentence. Ran as fast as a deer. It is saying some meaning, but we are not understanding about what it is saying. किसके बारे में बोल रहा है, क्या बोल रहा है, तो complete sense हमारे को नहीं मिल रहा है. In that case, that part of a sentence which gives meaning but not complete meaning, which gives some sense but not complete sense, that part of a sentence is called as a phrase. Here some examples are there. There came a doctor to my door. Now you can observe, if you just concentrate on this part of the sentence, to my door, it is giving some sense. To my door, मेरे door के पास, तो एक sentence, नन्ना door हत्रा, it is giving some sense, but it is not giving. We need to understand more to know what we are saying about to my door. At that time, we are going to read a complete sentence. But this part of the sentence is called as a phrase which gives sense but not complete sense. Next, tell me how she managed it. She managed. किया? Here you can see she managed it. It is giving some sense. She managed it. What did she manage? Then you need to see the complete sentence. Then tell me how she managed it. तो she managed it, इससे कुछ मालूम हो रहा है? जब पूरा सेंटेंस पढ़ने के बाद, after reading the entire sentence, we get to know that what we are saying about she managed it. See, here it is a question. See, tell me how she managed it. So the sentence depends upon what we are writing in the next part of a sentence. So this was about the phrase. It is not a detailed explanation. I will give you in detail explanation after finishing parts of speech. And next comes clause. What is a clause? A group of words in a sentence which contains a subject and a predicate. Means what? Here you can see it is a group of sentence which giving some sense. Here also we will extract a group of sentence, but in that group of sentence there will be both subject and a predicate. So such type of group of words in a sentence is called as a clause. I will make it clear with some examples. I like tea that my sister makes. Now you just find out there are two sentences here. In a clause there are two type of clauses, like dependent clause, independent clause. That I will teach you in detail later. Here just you should know what is a clause. I like tea that my sister makes. That my sister makes ये सेंस नहीं दे रहा है. ये अगर इस सेंटेंस को हमें मालूम करना है तो पीछे का सेंटेंस होना जरूरी है at that time. But in this there is both subject and a predicate. इसमें क्या है? सब्जेक्ट भी है, प्रेडिकेट भी है. कंप्लीट सेंस तो नहीं दे रहा है. ये सेंटेंस को कंप्लीट होने के लिए कुछ और वर्ड्स की जरूरत है. We need some more words to complete this. But even though it is not giving a complete sense, but it is giving in this part of the sentence, it is having a subject and a predicate. Right? That my sister makes. My sister is a predicate. What does it makes? So this type of a sentence where it has both subject and a predicate. This part will be a subject and makes will become predicate. Next sentence. I went to a hotel which is expensive. I went to a hotel. It is a complete dependent clause. Independent clause. Which is expensive. This is independent clause. In independent clause you can see which का मतलब subject है, is expensive predicate. Okay, that is dependent clause. It needs the help of another part of a sentence to complete the meaning. Another sentence. People who pay their debts are trusted. Who pay their debts. This part of a sentence we can extract as a clause. Who is a subject. Pay their debts. It is giving a meaning, but not complete meaning. But still it needs some more sentences to make it a complete sense. लेकिन इसमें subject भी है, predicate भी है. Subject who के बारे में, pay their debts. Who के बारे में क्या बोल रहे? उन्होंने अपने खर्चा देते, pay their debts. Next another sentence. She met you when you were in Bengaluru. She met you, independent clause. यहाँ पे ये dependent clause में फिर अगर ये dependent clause है फिर भी इसमें subject और predicate रहता है. Like when you is a subject, where in Bengaluru is a predicate. It is not giving a meaning, but it is having both subject and a predicate. Such kind of group of words is called as a clause. We need to study more about phrase and a clause. That you will understand after the class parts of speech. What we are having, noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, and all these parts of speech I am going to teach. After that, once again we can go for this phrase and clause to study it in detail. Okay, just to understand the parts of a sentence I taught you. I thought it is necessary to teach you this first. Okay children, today we have completed the subject and the predicate and phrase and a clause. Please pause the video and write down the entire notes. When you come to school, I want this notes. I am going to check it. So my children, Royal School children, please note down this notes and correction will be done after the lockdown. Okay. Next, I just want to say you, as I told you every day, I am going to give you a tip. So today's tip is, what is kumkum called in English? It is called as vermilion. Okay. I know you are all very intelligent children. You will just Google it and you will understand. But just as for the tip, I am giving these words. What is the other name of 100? It is centum. Centum, from where it has been taken? It is a Latin word. It is a root word from Latin. Centum means scale, star. So this another word it has been taken. It is European English. And next, always we say, she speaks flawless English. He speaks flawless English. It was very wonderful. What does this flawless means? Flawless means speak without grammar mistake. Where a person speaks without any grammar mistake, that type of speech or the way of saying is called as flawless English. And next, another word they say that like fluent English. She speaks very fluently. Of course, this is a difference. There is a difference between flawless English and fluent English. Fluent English speaks in a flow. Here you are not going to see any grammatical mistakes. You just concentrate on how the person is speaking. Like continuously going on in a flow. There is no stop. There is no hesitation at all. At that time, such kind of speech or the saying is called as fluent English. Okay, this is the difference between flawless English and fluent English. Thank you children. Bye bye. Take care. Stay home. Stay safe. Bye.